Hey guys, it's Krystal Lucier here, also known as your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor. Krystal Lee. This is Realtor Life, and I'm so happy that you're here. So, guys, it's going to be a fun one. All right, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the magic of 30 days. We are going to talk about finding the sparkle, getting curious, and people. So, let's just dive right in. Okay, so the magic of 30 days. Have you guys noticed the way sometimes things come about and then they just keep coming about? So I was at an event last night and it's a networking event, but it was for James Coolidge here in London, and he created a company called Opportune. And at this event, James explained to us kind of the reason that he was creating this leadership company and the origin of the name Opportune, which it really is like that favorable wind that brings a ship safely into harbor. Okay. And it's actually the root of the word opportunity. Exciting. So being at that event was a really, really great thing, which I'll get into in a second. But James focused on a 30-day challenge. So he gave all of us this nice little book. And in the book are the tools for a 30-day challenge. And what was really cool is that I was actually with a few networking colleagues and friends, and we all got it and we decided that we're going to do this challenge together. Which is fantastic because at the end of the day, we can do a lot alone, but if we do it together, it actually is so much better and so much more rewarding. And so, as we're going through, and I'll just tell you, like, for day one, the first, the very first challenge was, good morning. What is one thing I'm excited about today? Get a thought for the day, which was leadership begins the moment you stop trying to prove yourself and start trying to serve the moment. And then there was a reflection question. Where am I still performing instead of responding to what the situation needs? Okay, so the whole book is filled with these. And it was a really cool thing because oftentimes, as entrepreneurs, as realtors, we are given so many tools, so many links, so many programs, and it can be overwhelming. But here we go, just a very simple, pretty thin book. And it's an the opportunity to really change your life in 30 days, which sounds like a big claim, except he's not the only one making that claim, right? And so we've heard 30-day challenges all the time. And at the same time, like 30 days is long enough to make a difference, but not so long that your momentum slows, right? Because sometimes it can just like you're like getting, trying to get on with it and there's no end in sight. So 30 days is a nice number. It's also a lot of the times these 30-day challenges. So if you do something for 21 days in a row, that's how you form a habit. But sometimes it can be hard to do it every day. So a lot of these 30-day challenges are really 21-day challenges, just drawn out a little bit. But I actually just signed up for another 30-day challenge with Evan Carmichael. And fun fact, both James Coolidge and Evan Carmichael are coming up as guests. Yay. But Evan Carmichael also has a Believe Walk 30-day challenge every day. So you sign up on YouTube. Every day for 30 days, they will send you an email with a video. Evan encourages people to actually listen to the message of that day by starting your day with a walk outside. So getting some fresh air, getting some sunlight, vitamin D, and getting your body moving. So pretty exciting. But here's the thing. If you were to take 30 days, just 30 days, and add something positive into your day, do you think it would make a difference? Spoiler alert, it absolutely does make a difference. But sometimes we just get so lost in the weeds. I just had a really great conversation with someone about this, where it's like we can be so overwhelmed by just trying to check things off of a box. We forget that we're living a life. Like this entrepreneurship is supposed to help you live the life that you want to live, not kind of take away your life, right? So that is always the goal. And what's really, really good and fortunate right now is that we have the ability in 2026 to be exposed to so many amazing things, like so many amazing things. We just have to take advantage of them and decide. We have to prioritize and decide what are we going to do first. And it's cool because like we talk about the success formula with Tony Robbins, and number one on that 4-part list is take action. So do something. So maybe the thing you're going to do today or tomorrow, I recommend today, is take action. Start listening to something. Take 15 minutes, find a podcast. Maybe it can be the Realtor Life podcast, and just listen. So our episodes are pretty short. They go from my solo episodes are usually about 30 minutes, and the interviews are usually about an hour. But you can get that done. Even if you don't want to do 15 minutes, that's 4 days, 15 minutes, 4 days of content that you can listen to. So it is up to you what you listen to, but it is recommended to pick it in advance or sign up for something like Evan Carmichael's Believe Walk Challenge and the 30-day challenge, and then they will actually send you what to listen to, and it takes some of the guesswork out of it. Okay, so the 30-day challenge. And if you want me to connect you with James Coolidge so you can get one of these handy little books, let me know in the comments and I will get you one. Okay, so next, find the sparkle. So this is one that's really important, and I think it's extra important right now, but sometimes our light can dim. And sometimes even things that we enjoy doing become like a task. And that sparkle, that really like that joie de vivre, it can dim. So how do we fix it? So we fix it with rest and recharge, but we also fix it with fun. So are you living the life that you want to be living? Are you doing the things that are fun for you? Sometimes we can get so lost in doing the hard work and finishing this and doing that and this challenge and that person and this class. Like there's a lot to do and a lot to manage day by day. And if you're not finding some of that day for something you really love and that makes you really happy, is there a point to the life you're building? Because the point needs to be that you're building a life you love, right? And yeah, absolutely work hard. I work hard, but you need to take some time, right? And so at the end of the day, what are the things that make you happy? So for me, I'll give you an example. Like I love playing guitar. I notice when I'm busy or stressed, I don't touch my guitar, right? So like what's happening with that? Or I love crocheting. And I was with my family on the weekend. I was with my mom and my grandma and my friends, and I started crocheting again. I had brought the stuff because I wanted to show one of my best friends some crochet stitches because we're grandmas apparently. But I wanted to show her. And then because I had it, I talked to my grandma and she was like, "Oh, have you thought of this stitch to make a blanket?" And I had not thought of that stitch. And so now I'm working on a blanket, but I'm working on it when I'm watching TV. If I'm watching like a show or something with my husband, or I'm just watching something on my own, I'm now doing a couple rows of this crochet blanket. And doing something with your hands when your brain's not super involved is actually really, really good. It's like, I don't know, like a step above meditating. So like your mind, you need to think about something, but you can just relax. It's pretty cool. And you get a blanket out of it, so yay. Brian Buffini actually did that with us a few years ago at Peak. He gave us puzzles. So not complicated, crazy puzzles. I think there was 100 pieces in it. But he said, okay, so here's the content all day. You're spending all day with us. Now go back to your hotel, do this puzzle. And we're like, okay, like don't play on your phone, just like take an hour and do this puzzle. And I did. And while you're doing the puzzle, you start thinking and you start like going over and kind of reviewing the day's info and locking it in. It was really cool. And I still have that puzzle. So whatever your thing is, maybe it's walking. Like some people have great things. Like I always get great ideas when I'm walking. Or maybe it's reading. Maybe you just want to read for you. Like we do a lot of business book reading. Currently, I'm finishing The Greatest Salesman in the World. Really, really good book. But maybe you would just want to read a fiction book. I ended up starting a book club in all my spare time. But I really wanted to read fiction and hear from other women. Like, what do you guys think? And so it's putting me out of my comfort zone because in the moment, if I'm like, okay, well, I feel guilty for reading a fiction book because I should be working, but just read a chapter a day, read 10 pages a day. Like you don't have to spend 5 hours reading, just like get through it, which gets me to the next thing. Get curious. Okay. So I actually just had a wonderful, like I was mentioning, a wonderful conversation with someone, and she's an entrepreneur, and she said, we were talking about kind of like, wouldn't the world be a better place if we all just got a little bit more curious? And she was like the fifth person to say, like to remind me, curiosity is the answer. There was a presentation last night at the Opportune launch party, and the Lori, who is the chair of the Guelph Lang Business School. I hope I have that right, Lori. So she talked about curiosity. And when I was talking with Evan Carmichael, he talked about curiosity. And when I was talking to James Coolidge on our interview, he talked about curiosity. You know who else talked about curiosity? It was our friend Ted Lasso. So in Ted Lasso, he says, be curious, not judgmental. And it really, I mean, if you guys haven't seen Ted Lasso at this point, please go watch it. It is so good. And if at this point you're just not watching it because you're like, I think the hype is too much, the hype is not too much. It is such a good show. I may just watch it again. Like it's just really good. Anyone who is a leader, anyone who is a coach, anyone who just wants to feel good, Ted Lasso. It's 3 seasons and it will change your life. But yeah, it is the curiosity is such a gift. And sometimes instead of being so convinced that we need to tell someone else how it is, maybe we can get curious about how they think it is, right? And then do some collaboration together. Um, it's also important, like the people we surround ourselves with really, really matters. So whether maybe it is that you're reading great things and you are like really focused on your business, and that's fine. But the people you're spending time with, the people in your circle, the people you're networking with, the people you're interacting with, all of these people matter. The accounts you're following, the like seminars you watch, the places you go, everything gets in, right? Everything, there's so many pieces of information. And actually, I was reminded about it today again, but I remember years ago, Leslie Thompson with Mars Venus Coaching. I will one day go into a fun story about why it's hilarious that we met. But Leslie was talking to us about how much information goes into our heads in every second, right? Like every day, like just thousands and millions and all this information. And we can only absorb, I think, like 135 things. So 135 are in, but everything else has been coming at us. So we're deleting things, we're distorting things, like we can only do so much. So as we're letting all this stuff in, the more that we're around negativity or judgment or whatever, that's going to get in. Even if it's only 135 of them, it's still in there. And they're going to keep growing and keep perpetuating because like our thoughts continue. So whatever you think today, I think like 95% is from what you thought yesterday. Right? So if we're adding good things in all the time, then we're actually affecting our minds and we're affecting our lives. Right? So good. Okay. The sparkle. So that sparkle can be from people that are amazing. It can be from doing something you love. It can be from learning something new. Like, how often do we want to do something and we just don't? We don't because we don't have the time. But how many people are spending hours watching Netflix or Disney or Crave or Prime or YouTube or Instagram? Like, it's not that these are bad things. Like our world's amazing. Like we have at the touch of our fingers, right? Whatever we want is right here. Um, for those old people, I'm going to age myself, but do we remember Mr. Gadget and Penny's book? Guys, this is Penny's book. It's fantastic. This is Penny's book with fingerprints all over it. But um, it also takes us away from other things that might bring us joy. So maybe you can do something that you've just really wanted to do. Maybe you want to paint. Maybe you want to draw. Maybe you want to write. Whatever it is, give yourself some time to do it. Block out a time. We do it for meetings, we do it for everything else. Block out you time, right? Because we have one life, just the one. And at the end of it, are you going to be happy with how you spent your time? Like, is it the life that you're building, or is life kind of just coming at you and you're figuring it out. I think at different points in our lives, we're both, right? Sometimes we are just like trying to make it work. But if you get a say, like that's why you're doing this, right? That's why you're on an entrepreneur journey. That's why you're taking on the risk. It's so that you get to be in the driver's seat. So if you are in the driver's seat, where are you going? Like, where's the car going? You get to decide that. And if you do what you love and you care about people and you take care of your people around you, you will have a wonderful, wonderful time. You just have to make sure that you're also taking care of you, right? Okay. And then the very last thing, guys, is learning. So always be learning. Tony Robbins calls it can I, constant and never ending learning. And everyone everyone that I've listened to, everyone that I've really looked up to, at some point talks about learning, talks about the fact that you are either learning or you are dying. You are growing or you're dying. You need to be moving forward and kind of upwards because we are creatures of growth, right? And so as we learn, we also get curious. We also have these wonderful experiences together. And that's kind of where the magic happens in life, right? It's not the destination. Like, unfortunately, the destination for all of us is the end. And so the journey is where the magic is. And if we can have the best journey together, ah, looking back on a life full of journey that is beautiful and magical. And yes, of course there's going to be bumps, but what if you spent your time being your best you? And I believe like just to circle back, that's going to start with like you can start today. Like the 30-day challenge is amazing. Now, you don't have to use James's, even though I think you should. And if you want this, like I said, let me know in the comments. I will get James to send you one. But sorry, James, by the way, you'll be sending people your book. Um, but the big thing is that you can change your life. You have the ability to do it. And even if you have a pretty great life, you can make it better, right? Or you can help more people, or you can help the community. Like that's the thing. Like as I'm noticing the people that I love spending the most time with, it's people who love giving back, just like me. They love helping others, just like me. They love laughing. They love having fun. But it really is like we are here for a bigger purpose. And how exciting is it that we get to figure that purpose out together, right? Okay, so just to recap, 30 days. So 30-day challenge you can do. There's tons online, I'm sure. I recommend. I just started the Evan Carmichael 30-day challenge. It also includes getting outside and getting some fresh air, even if you're cold like I am in the winter. The Opportune 30-day challenge, which is very cool. Or just make up your own 30-day challenge. That's the thing. You're an entrepreneur. You can do it however you want to do it. It's also nice to do it with other people, though, right? Find the sparkle, get curious, and always, always, always be learning, right? Like those are the magic things. And with Ted Lasso, this is a cool book, by the way, if you get a chance. So for any of my Ted Lasso fans, we need a Ted Lasso fan name, like you know how Taylor sort of like we're the Swifties. Uh, maybe the Lasso Way, which I believe is the name of the book that's it is so yeah, it's so impactful. You must watch it. And if you have already watched it, let's say you watched it back in COVID like we did, might we all watch it again? It's pretty cool. Sometimes I'm so blown away by the cool movies and shows like media. So social media is fantastic. Media though is a such a gift that we have, right? Like we can do something like have this shared experience of Ted Lasso. Or like last night, James Coolidge was talking about the impact that Taylor Swift has had on the world. Now, regardless of how you feel about Taylor, like I know most people think she's awesome. I have the bracelets, but this girl at 16, and this I didn't know this actually, at 16 said her dream was to be able to perform in front of like however many like hundreds of thousands of people and have them all know the words to her songs. And less than 20 years later, there she is with the Eras tour changing the world, right? And I mean, whether you got to go to an Eras tour concert, I did not, or you got to experience it in your living room, which we did. We actually created a party for our kids. Actually, it was mostly for our daughter, but everyone participated with glow. We had little glow sticks and everything. It created this like shared experience for the whole world, whether you could go or not. And I've been a bracelet person since before that, but I actually have a bracelet still. This is my Rico bracelet. We all got them from our chair. She had gone to an Eras tour and she loved the feeling of community so much that she went home and she made us all bracelets because we were a community and she wanted us to feel like that. Like, how great is that? Thank you again, Katie. All right, guys, we have some amazing interviews coming up. I'm so, so excited. We have Phil Soper. We just had Kathleen Black. We have Evan Carmichael. We have James Coolidge. We have a bunch of others, amazing people that are coming up as well. And if it's on your heart that you want to be on a podcast, if you want to share your message with our listeners, please let me know. I absolutely love the Realtor Life Success Show. It is my passion project. And I think we're all in this together, and this one makes me happy. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. This is Krystal Lee Moore Lucier, also known as your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor, Krystal Lee Moore, and I will see you guys next time.